Hi, this is Kate, and in this video you're going to discover how to use the basic camera features in the VSCO app. So the first thing you need to know when you open the VSCO app is how to get into this camera screen that I'm showing you now. So if I just exit from the camera screen just by tapping the thumbnail in the bottom right corner, this takes me back to the photo library, and here I can tap the circle at the bottom of the screen, and that is the camera button. So just tap on that and it takes you back to the camera screen. I'll just exit again and show you another way to open the camera, and that's to tap the menu button at the bottom or swipe right across the screen to bring your menu up, and then you can tap the camera icon in the bottom left corner of the menu. So once you've opened your camera, the first thing you need to do is set your focus point, just like you would in the native camera app. And to do that, you just tap anywhere on the screen at the point that you want to focus on, and you'll get a red circle where you tap. So that tells the camera that it should focus on that particular area of the photo. Now, if you want to alter exposure, you have to tap with two fingers on the screen to get two different points, one for focus and one for exposure. So I can put my focus point on the flower again, and now I can drag the exposure circle to different areas of the photo. And if you notice, my brightness is changing slightly depending on whether I'm hovering over a dark or bright area with that exposure. So once you've got your exposure set how you want it, you can take the photo just by pressing the shutter button, or actually anywhere on the dark bar at the bottom. So press and photo's taken. If you want to view that picture that you just took, tap the image thumbnail at the bottom. That takes you back to your library where you've got your pictures that you've shot with the camera. So there are some more options in the camera app, and you get to them by tapping the circle at the top left. And here the first icon that we've got is the flash. So I'll just toggle through these. We've got auto flash that will automatically fire when the camera needs to. We've got flash on, which will fire every time you take a picture. This is the torch, so this keeps the flash on constantly rather than just at the point when you take the picture. And flash off when it's greyed out. The next option is this square, and this gives you a few different viewfinder options. One is the grid, so that you can line your subject up according to the rule of thirds. This is a square composer, so you can actually compose your picture in square format, but the picture is actually taken in rectangular format, and then you can crop it back to square afterwards, but it helps you compose for a final square picture. The next option when you tap that button is the leveler, and if I tilt my phone you can see that we get this spirit level, and when it's perfectly level the line goes green. You've also got these red bars on the side, and again this is the tilt, so if I tilt forward or backwards the line moves, and when it's perfectly lined up the whole line goes green, and then we know we're completely level. So I'll turn that off. The next icon along is the shutter button, and this gives you two different shutter options. When it's off like this, you use the bottom bar to take the picture, but if you tap the circle to make it white, the entire screen is now a shutter button. So when you've got this red rectangle around your screen, you can literally tap anywhere on the screen to take the picture. I'll turn that off. The next option is the white balance lock. Now, I'm not going to go into this much because I don't think it's something that you will use very often, and there's a much better white balance option in the manual settings. But basically the white balance controls the colour of the photo, so whether it's warm or cool, and if you want to lock the white balance that's currently set for this photo, so that if the light changes or if you point the camera at a different scene, the colours of the photo, the colour temperature of the photo, the coolness or its warmness wouldn't alter. But I'm going to turn that off because we don't need that. I'm going to leave the next button because that's what we're covering in the next video. That's the advanced settings. And the final option is on the right here, and this just changes the colour of your camera interface from black to white. So you can choose whichever one you prefer. So that's it for the basics of the camera app. Hopefully you've got a good idea now of how you can just open the VSCO camera, take a picture, adjust focus and exposure, and change a few other settings if you wish. In the next video we'll cover the advanced manual settings, where you can alter shutter speed, ISO, white balance, manual focus and exposure compensation.